Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of mine. I have accumulated a whole lot of products. I know I promised in my last video that I had a bunch of makeup products coming in, and I did get a whole lot of them. I still have a whole bunch I'm waiting on, but I wanted to go ahead and film the video with the things I've accumulated so far. So my last video I know was extremely long, and I want to apologize for that, and thank you so much for all of my new subscribers. So this time around I'm going to kind of separate it into categories. So I'm going to do makeup, which I'll be doing today, which will have, you know, of course, makeup, brushes, and any beauty related items. I'm also going to be doing another video with some bags that I purchased, some purses, which, you know, includes Michael Kors and stuff. I also got a bunch of sunglasses in, so I wanted to do a review on that, and some really awesome pens. So stay tuned for that. I'll be filming that very soon, but let's just get started. So the first item I want to talk about, so makeup wise, I think I have about like 14 different items to share with you today. So I'm going to start off with MAC. So I'm going to be reviewing these. This is the 4-pan eyeshadow palettes. These don't have a name, it just came numbered. So I chose number 3 and then number 4. They were packaged extremely well when they were shipped to me. They came in a big styrofoam block, so they came really protected. I paid $5.78 each for these. Not sure what the original price is, and I got them in about 2 weeks, so I thought that was really good. So I don't have any MAC 4-pan eyeshadows, so I really can't compare, and I'm not sure exactly what color these are supposed to have in them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it. So I'll start off with number 3. And let's see, number 3 looks like this. So as you can see, this specific palette, the MAC sign, the C right there, came very messily done. It wasn't done very neatly. The glass is kind of scratched up, and it wasn't the best. It's on backwards right now because when I got it, the acrylic on here was actually, the glue had fallen off. So I reached out to the seller, and he did give me a full refund on this one palette that I bought out of the 2. So that was really good. Now the colors look very nice, and I think that as compared to how nice this looks, the pigmentation really is missing in this specific item. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this on the back of my hand for you. So I'll go and start with this color, the lightest color here. And I did try to remove the eyeshadow pans to see if maybe they were individual like eyeshadows, but they weren't. So that's this color. are a lot more pigmented. They actually even feel buttery and a bit smoother, whereas the lighter colors are really lacking in that department. So that was the MAC 4-pan eyeshadow palettes. And you know, unlike my other videos, I will try to I will try to leave links down below of the sellers. And again, like I said in my last video, I am not condoning on anyone buying fake makeup, but I know people do it anyway, so I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the items that I found. All right, moving on. So the next items I have are these. These are supposed to be the MAC Extra Dimension eyeshadows. So I picked up 3 of them. They had, these came in about 10 days, so they came extremely fast. They also came very well packaged in a really big styrofoam block, so that was really good. And so the way that it worked was, it was $8.49, and you're able to pick 3 shades out of the 18 different shades that they offered. And I think on the MAC website, these retail for about $20 each. So as you can see here, when I'm, they all look the same. So when I pick this up, you can tell that it says eyeshadow here, but the real Extra Dimension eyeshadows do say Extra Dimension eyeshadow. So that's a big giveaway that this is a counterfeit item. And also in the back, it does not say Extra Dimension, it just says eyeshadow. So yeah, the colors that I picked, so the first one I got was Sweet Heat, and that's what this looks like. It's like a gold color. And then I also got Havana. And Havana looks like a more brownish coppery gold. And then I also got Stolen Moment. And Stolen Moment looks like a purpley metallic dark color. It's kind of hard to describe. So I'm gonna open them up and I'll swatch them for you. And I'll also show you the print on these. So all of the prints on here are exactly the same. So I'm gonna just show you one and I'll swatch the other ones. So this is what the actual eyeshadow looks like. And I kind of feel like the casing feels really like it feels, I know MAC's packaging is plastic, but this feels a lot lighter. And I feel like the hinge here, or the opening area here, is not the same as MAC's. I'm not sure, you guys tell me. Maybe I don't have any to compare any real MAC eyeshadows with, but it feels, when you try to pull it open like this with just pressure, it's really hard to do. You do need to kind of fit your nail right in between there and pop it open. And I have nails, but if I didn't, I would have a hard time doing that. And then the back here looks about the same as the MAC's I've seen. And the sticker on the back, the sticker on the back shows a name, and it also does say Extra Dimension eyeshadow. So this one is a bit more true. It does also say Makeup Art Cosmetics right here, and it's like raised. Not sure if the real one does that either. But I'll go ahead and open it and show you guys what the color looks like. So I'm going to try, I'll insert like a picture of the real deal on the side here. And you can see it looks similar, but if you look here, the MAC sign, so there's, if you look closely, it says MAC over and over right here, stamped into the eyeshadow. It's nowhere near as thick. Like the lettering is very thin compared to the real Extra Dimension eyeshadow. And then the parts, so the flat part that doesn't have a MAC stamp on it, it looks more raised, whereas the real one is really flat. So that's another giveaway. And also this little wave right here, as you can see in the picture, the wave is nowhere near as detailed as the real one. So the real one has way more lines going through it, and this only has about maybe 5 or so. So it's not as detailed, and you can definitely tell that this is not a real MAC eyeshadow, though it does kind of look convincing when you just first glimpse at it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I will swatch this one. So this one is Sweet Heat. This one I felt like out of the 3 that I got was the closest to the actual color that Sweet Heat should have been. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it, and I'm gonna tell you guys now that these are super buttery and they're very pigmented, and I am really happy with them, even though they may not be like the super real, it may not be as true. Like I'll definitely make use of it. So, like, do you see that? That's very smooth. It's gorgeous. It's very, very pretty. So, and swatching on the back of my hand, you can see it gives a nice reflective glow, kind of like what the extra dimension eyeshadows are supposed to do. And very, very nice. I feel like I will definitely make use of this. It's very pretty. All right, now let's move on to Havana. I'll go ahead and open that. Now, Havana, should have been a darker gold. This Havana looks more like almost like a rose gold color. And I mean, it's a very pretty color, don't get me wrong, but this Havana, the real Havana, should have been a more deeper, darker gold color, like almost like an old antique gold, but this one is more of like a rose gold. So I will go ahead and I'll swatch this one. Like I said, the pattern, the packaging is exactly the same. Oh, I didn't show you the sticker, but this is what the sticker looks like. Okay, so that is Havana. Again, very pretty. I'll swatch it right next to it. So as you can see, it has a more, and like I said, it's very, very, they're both very beautiful. I do really love them. All right, now lastly, we'll open Stolen Moment. And this Stolen Moment was supposed to be a shimmery taupey brown color, and this, as you can see, is a bit more purple, like a shimmery purpley. It's catching taupe on the camera, but it's definitely more purple. It even has a bit of like pink reflex in it when I swatch it. So I'll show you guys what this one looks like. So see, like, and I feel like the camera's not picking it up. It's almost looking silver on here, but from when I see it, when I'm looking at it in person, it is more of a purpley shade. But nonetheless, very, very pretty. It looks like I have like liquid metallic colors on my hands. They were all very, very pretty. I am very happy with them, and I may be ordering more. I mean, they're very nice. I haven't worn any of these items on my eyes yet, so can't say the longevity on it, but just by swatching it, you can tell like a product is gonna be very pretty. So that was the MAC Extra Dimension eyeshadows. Okay, so the next item I'm gonna show you guys, I literally just got this yesterday, so I haven't tried it yet, but when I opened it, the package, I was so surprised. So I've been looking for like a silicone face washing thing. I have seen this at Sephora, so I ended up picking up the Foreo Luna Mini, and as you can see here, the sticker says L Sweden Beauty Awards. This is Vinars. I'm not sure if this is in their language, but or if this is misspelled, but it does look very, very original. Now the original doesn't come with the Foreo stamped in it either. So when I first ordered this, they didn't show the packaging, they only showed the actual product. I did expect it to be a little bit bigger and not the mini size, but the bigger one is supposed to have the Foreo name stamped into the actual silicone, and this doesn't. So when I got this, I was really surprised. It looks really authentic, and of course it isn't. So this is what the back looks like on this particular item. It does say revolutionary new skincare concept, and it kind of matches up to what I've seen at the at my local Sephora. So this took 2 weeks to get here, which is super fast. It was $15 for this item, where I was supposed to paying $99 at the mall. It did come in bubble wrap, so it didn't come very protected, but again, the casing is plastic, so I think that's okay. I haven't charged it or tried it yet, but I'll go ahead and open it for you guys and we'll see if it comes pre-charged. And this is supposed to be waterproof, so you can use it in the shower. And this is what it looks like. And there's a little button there. And you can see there's different sized like silicone heads here, and then there's a back side also. I haven't really looked into this, so I'm not sure how this works. This is where you charge the actual device. I'm assuming that they put a plug in here so you can take it in the shower. I'm not sure if I need to keep this on to take it in water or not, but I'll look into that for you guys. And this is what the bottom says. Okay, and then when I open the box, I'm assuming there's a charger in here. Okay, so it doesn't come with the actual power plug, but it does come with the charger. I haven't turned it on yet. Maybe it comes pre-charged. We'll check. So it fits like so, and you're supposed to charge it. So, and let's give it a try. Okay, so it works. Can't wait to try it. This is kind of cool. And I'm not sure if there's, so there's 2 speeds. So this one is a lot less, like a lot less of an intense vibration. So it comes with 2 settings. But for $15, I'm really excited to give this a try. I think this would be a great gift as well, especially since this isn't something like makeup, which, you know, like some people might be sensitive and like say you never know exactly what is in the, you know, makeup items that you're putting onto your skin. This is literally just a silicone that vibrates. So I think this would be a great gift. I'm very happy that I got this, and I felt like it was a really good find. So let's move on to the next item. So next item is not that exciting. This is some spiral bobby pins. I have been eyeing these at like Target. Let me take it out because it's glaring. I paid 82 cents for this. Oops. And on Target or like at Claire's, I've seen these go for about $5 for 10. I kind of felt like this is a lot bigger than the ones I've seen, but I have really thick hair and I have long hair, so if I do put it up, this would actually work perfectly. These came just like this in an envelope, so, and the material on here is really sturdy, like it's not gonna bend or lose its shape, so that's really nice. This took about 3 weeks to get to me. So, and you know, most of the things I'm showing you right now, I haven't used most of them, so I can't really give you a thorough review, but this is just a simple metal spiral that's, you know, I can't see it working any better or worse than what they sell at the, like at Sally's. So yeah, I'm happy I got this one. So the next item I have is the iMagic Professional Cosmetics 12 Flash Color Case. And this is basically a dupe for the Makeup Forever Flash palette. And if you guys are familiar with that, apparently the ingredients in this specific item and the ingredients in the Makeup Forever one is supposed to be exactly the same, but again, you know, this is coming from China, so you never know. I paid $15.11 for this item, and as opposed to the Makeup Forever, which costs $99 at Sephora. So this took about a month to get here, and it came in a tiny little cardboard box. It didn't come with any other protection, like it was just kind of rattling in the box. So that's something that you might want to consider. The only thing is the red color here, some of the oil out of the red had seeped out. So you can see right over here, there's like that pink dye, and I wiped most of it off, but when I opened it, it came sealed in a like a cellophane paper, so it came sealed, and there was just pink all over the edges and on the case, on the top case as well. So I had to clean that up. I mean, it doesn't take away from the functionality of it, but it just did come a little melted right there. These are oil colors. These are meant, you can use it, it's really versatile. You can use it on your lips, you can use it as an eyeshadow base, you can mix and make your own, mix the colors and make your own foundation. So really it's an endless, just like an artist palette. So, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I will do some swatches. Let's go ahead and I'll swatch from this end. So I'll go like from the bottom up, and I'll go all the way to the darkest colors. So we'll start off with the silver color. So that's the silver one, and I'll put that right here, okay, and then the gold. Ooh, that's very pretty. So that's the gold one, and then we'll do white. It's very white. That's gonna be a really nice eyeshadow base. So that's the white. Okay, and then the peach. Peach. Alright, who's next? So red is next. There's red. And red's right there. Looks like it would be a very nice lipstick color. This is one of my favorite ones. It's like this minty turquoise color. That's that one. So vibrant, very pretty. Okay, next is this dark blue. There we go. This is magenta. Okay, last four. This is this green color. Green, yellow, and black. That's really black. Whew. That's black and brown. Brown. So that's the Flash palette swatched. Again, I haven't used these yet. I'm not sure if they crease on the eyelids or you know how long they were on the lips. I'm not sure if it's lip safe or eye safe, but I'm pretty sure I'll still be putting them on mine. Yeah, but I'm very happy with it for 15 bucks. I think, I mean, I'll probably never end up using all of this color anyways. So instead of spending 100 bucks at Sephora, I think it's a really good investment to try this out. Again, people claim that the ingredient is the exact same as the Makeup Forever, but there's no guarantee in that just because, you know, there's no regulations as far as where this is coming from. I forgot to show you the back, but this is what the back looks like. Okay, all right, let's move on. I still have so many things I have to show you guys. So, all right, so the next item I have here is the Venus palette from Lime Crime. So I was one of the people that got my credit card information stolen after they got hacked into, or after their website got hacked into. So I haven't really been buying any of the newer items from Lime Crime. So when I saw this on Aliexpress, I was super duper excited. This palette took about 3 weeks to get to me. I paid $9.36. I think the original palette cost $32. So I am sorry I don't have a comparison to put up side by side. It says Lime Crime right there. It comes with a nice mirror, and it comes with a little sleeve here to protect the eyeshadows. And I didn't show you the side, so it looks like it's pretty thick. I'm not sure if the original is supposed to be that thick. It says Lime Crime on the side, and this is what the back looks like. Okay, and okay, so let's go ahead and open this up, and I'm going to swatch these. So it says here the colors are Venus, Shell, Aura, Creation, Icon, Rebirth, Divine, and Muse. So I've already swatched this, you guys, and the pigmentation is lacking. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll swatch these for you guys so you guys can take a look on how they swatch. So this is the first one. This is Venus. So the swatch is actually really nice on my hands. Venus. And I've heard other reviews where they say like if an eyeshadow is not very nice, this is Shell. If an eyeshadow isn't very nice, sometimes you need to kind of get over that first layer of eyeshadow and it becomes better. So I'm not sure if that's the case here. Like this one, I can barely see it. I could barely see it in person. I'm pretty sure you can't see it on camera. So going to the next one, this is Aura. And I'll put that right here. And Aura seems a bit chalky. Like there's, yeah, it looks a bit chalky to me. And then Creation. It's Creation. And I'll put that right here. So, you know, when I first watched, I already remember I said that I already filmed this video and that my file got corrupted. I remember when I filmed this the first time, it wasn't this pigmented. So maybe I've gone through that first layer. I'm not sure what's going on here, but the next one is Icon. And Icon. So Icon is, it's really not as pigmented. And Rebirth, this one right here, and Rebirth, and Divine, and lastly Muse. Muse was the most pigmented out of all of them, but it was very, very powdery. I don't think you could see that, but it was very powdery and it was very chalky for dark colors. Oh, so you can see that, like, you see how there's chunks of eyeshadow kind of just, like, it wasn't a very smooth application. So that's the Venus palette. Out of all the colors, I don't think like they're too bad. Really the ones that were the most disappointing out of the palette was Icon, which is that dark color here. And then Shell, which really didn't transfer anything over when I swatched it. But all in all, I think it's a pretty decent palette. The colors look pretty similar to what I've seen online. Like I said, I don't have the original, so I can't compare it. But I'm happy with it. I just hope that the, I kind of don't like how this one applies. It just seems like you'll have just tons and tons and tons of fallout with this specific shade. Okay, so the next item I have is a brush, and I bought this brush. It's supposed to be the Dior number 12, and it's kind of really, really hard to show you guys how this looks. So you can see the, it says Backstage brush here, and it says face number 12, and it gives you the name right there. And it says Dior. And if you can tell from like with the light reflection, the box is really, really like dirty. It looks like it's really scratched up almost. And I thought maybe it was just like, it was just dirty. So I tried cleaning it, but no, it came like this, and it's, yeah, if it was a gift, this would have been kind of like it looks like it was like sitting at some old warehouse or something. So the back does say like made in France. I'm gonna, it's hard to show you guys, so I'm gonna just skip over and open the brush. On the side here, it does have like this Chinese sticker, so I guess that kind of gives it away that it's not a real Dior brush, but let me go ahead and open it. And it comes in a very, very nice velvet pouch. It does say CD right over here. And the pouch is slit on the side like that. So you can pull out the brush. And from the pictures I've seen, this brush looks really, it looks really spot on. The bristles are really soft. It's synthetic, and it's kind of cut in a slant. So it's like going upwards right there. And it says number 12, it has Dior, and the brush itself kind of tapers smaller on the bottom. If you can see the texture of how the paint was applied, so it's not a very smooth black handle. It kind of, you can kind of see, I'm not sure if it's like the wood or if it's like the paint that they use, but you can see that it's not, it's a bumpy feel. And like I said, I'm not sure. I tried looking up close-up pictures of it, and I felt like a lot of them did seem like it wasn't supposed to be a smooth handle anyways, but I'm not sure how true this is supposed to be. And it comes with a chromed ferrule, and you know, I haven't tried it yet, but I feel like this is gonna give, it's not too dense, so it's not too dense, and it's not like too, like it's not too much or too little bristles, and it feels extremely soft. And I feel like even the way that it's the amount, because of the amount of bristles on here, like I feel like it won't drag your foundation, and you could really evenly buff out the foundation on your face. So did I tell you the price on this? I paid $7.64, and this brush at Sephora is $45. So the box also does come with like the Dior pamphlet, and it comes in like many languages. While I purchased this brush, I actually purchased a few other things from the same seller, so he sent it in the same box. I bought 3 of the Anastasia brow brush, and it came like this in a little plastic wrap. So if you can see here, the spoolie is right there, and it says brush number 12. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be brush number 12, but it says Anastasia, Beverly Hills, and it has your logo right there. And really just looking at it, it really checks out. It looks exactly the same as the one I've seen at the store. And it comes with a angled brow brush right there. And this is supposed to be meant for the pomades. So I'm really happy about this brush. This brush I paid $3.37, and this brush retails, if it was real, the real one retails for $18 at Sephora. And this took also 2 weeks, just like my Christian Dior brush. And the seller was super nice. He actually threw in a gift in my box. So I got this pink brush, and it says here it's a Ted Baker London brush. I don't think you can make it out on camera, but it says Ted Baker in gold, and it comes with a rose gold ferrule, and it's basically just a blending brush, and it seems like it's pretty nice. I'm happy to give these a try, and like any of the items that I review, if I try it and there's something wrong with it, or if I feel like it's not worth buying, I'll probably do like an updated video to let you guys know. Okay, so next item I have here is really exciting. I've been wanting to try out the fake KatvonD Shade and Light Contouring Palette. And it does, if you can see here, the packaging looks very, almost exactly the same as the original. It has like the chromed metallic writing. It's the shade light is like kind of shiny. It does also say Shade and Light Contour Palette right over up here. And it has the ingredients listed. Oop, that's backwards. So it has the ingredients listed on one of the other sides, and on the back it shows you the shades that are in the palette. So it says here, this one is Lucid, it's Lyric, and Levitation, Somber, Shadow Play, and Subconscious. And then it also has all the other information. It looks really good. Now, I have the real KatvonD contouring palette, so I was gonna do like a quick comparison. There are a few key things that you can tell whether if it's real or fake. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this side by side, and I'm not sure how I can do this with trying to fit everything in camera. So, should I do it this way? Yeah. So if you can see here, so the bottom one, this bottom one here, this is the real one. And if you can tell, like the pink, the Levitation shade, the fake one is a lot lighter, and this is a bit more peachier. And the picture, like, so these are just flat colors on here. On the real palette, the color, it looks almost like a picture of the actual, the pan. So you can see like there's like makeup texture like in the picture. It's smooth to touch, but then the picture itself looks like it's an eyeshadow pan. Also, when you turn it around in the front, so in the front here, and I think it's pretty, you can kind of tell. So another giveaway is that the shade light, it's supposed to be shiny, but not as shiny. If you can tell, it's kind of like a matted out shine, whereas this is like an extreme. So let me see if I can put this side by side. So if you can tell, it's like a different, and it's the shine, when it's light hits it, it's a lot smoother, whereas this, you can see it's kind of bumpy. So it's, I mean, it's not all that noticeable. I think most people won't notice it. Also, the real palette is thicker than the fake one. So this is the real one on top, and this is the fake one. You could tell it's, the real one is just a hair bit longer or taller, and the box itself is a little bit thicker as well. So let's go ahead and open it. And so I paid $10.03 for the fake palette, and then at Sephora, the real palette costed me $46. So that's the real one, and then I'm gonna open the fake one. And the fake one is kind of lacking in pigmentation, which is, I mean, of course, it's expected. Also, when you open the box, they both have the same star print on the inside. Okay, and they both come with this little sleeve here, and I think it kind of goes over, you know, what, you know, where to place it, you know, how to use the colors. And if you can tell, this is the real one, and this is the fake one. If you hold it side by side, like I can feel it, like the paper is much flimsier, the fake one. And the color also, Levitation is a little bit different. Right here, you can tell this is a more a reddish hue, while this is just a brown. Just the colors on the palette is just a tad bit off. So let's go ahead and open it, and we will actually be able to see. So side by side. Again, the shininess, the top one is the fake one. You can kind of see that it's overly shiny. And again, the palette, so the palette is thicker. So the bottom one here is the real one, and the real one is a little bit thicker than the fake one. Also, the fake one is kind of messily glued, where the real one is very neatly done. But yeah, so let's go ahead and open it. So I'm gonna open the fake one. And this is what the shades look like. And I'm gonna be honest, I've already tried this on, and I actually really like it. And it's not as pigmented as the original, but I have a really strong hand. So like, you know, when people say like, you know, use a light hand, it's really pigmented. Like I always pick up more than I need. And with these being not as pigmented, like I'm able to build up color, and it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. So now this one is the real KatvonD palette. So side by side, they look very similar. The fake one is a bit more peachier toned, and it looks pretty much the same to me. So let's go ahead and swatch it, and we'll do some comparisons. I'm gonna put this here so I don't blind you guys. So we'll go from, I'll do the fake and the real one side by side on the back of my hand. Okay, so this is the fake one, and this one is supposed to be, somber, or somber. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. But this is somber, and this is the fake palette. This is somber, and swatch it right there. And then in the real one does feel a lot more buttery and smooth. And this is the real one next to it. So there is a color difference. So that's the fake, and this is the real. Let's go up onto the top one, which is Lucid. Okay, Lucid. And I'll put that right up here. It's kind of hard to see. Let me swatch it one more time. So it's kind of hard to see. It's right there. It's a little bit chalky. And the real Lucid, whew, that's so much more pigmented. So put that right next to it. You can see there's definitely a difference in quality. All right, so moving on, we're gonna be doing shadow play. So this is the fake shadow play. Okay, I'll put that right here. Shadow play. And then the real shadow play. Again, the real one is so much more buttery and smooth. So that's the real one. And you could see definitely a color difference again. Okay, now next we're gonna do Lyric, which is this middle shade here. And the fake Lyric I actually like better than the real Lyric. So, and I'll show you, you'll see why in a second. But this is the fake Lyric. You see, it's kind of like that banana shade. It's like a really warm warm like yellow shade. Perfect for putting like, using as a highlight under your eye. And this one is the real Lyric. And the real Lyric doesn't, it's like, You see it on my finger, but it doesn't transfer as well, but it's a lot more white, where this one is like truly like a yellow banana shade, which I actually like that better about the fake one. All right, last few shades. So we're moving on to Subconscious, and that's this one over here. So swatch that right there. So everything on your left side, so the left side swatches are the fake ones, and then the right side swatches next to it is going to be the real shade, okay? And then the real Subconscious is right over here compared to that. So you can see there's a shade difference. That's there. That's really pigmented. And then Levitation. It's Levitation. And Levitation. Ooh. That's kind of hard to see. You can't really see anything. So Levitation on the fake one is, it's barely noticeable. And then on the real palette, that's Levitation. You can see it does show up better. So, I mean, the colors are a bit different. I personally, I think the dark shades are a little bit on the reddish side as opposed to the real palette, which is a bit more of a neutral brown shade that's good for contouring. As far as the highlights go, I really specifically like this one color compared to all the other ones. As you can tell, the KatvonD, the original one, does truly have the better pigmentation. It feels better. They blend, I think, a little bit better. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't mind using this. I used it the other day, and I'm perfectly happy with it. But yeah, so that's just a comparison between the two. I think the lighter shades really are not that great in the fake one. The darker shades I think are not too bad, but again, it's not a great contour color just because there's just too much red in each of the brown colors. But yeah, so that was the comparison between the two. I'm still very happy that I found these and that I bought it. I'm not regretting it whatsoever, even though I have the real one. I can, if I run out of the real one, I will easily use this. Like, I'm not, yeah. So I'm very happy with my purchase on the KatvonD Shade Light palette. All right guys, so next item, I'm super excited. I just got this also yesterday. I have a ton of these actually coming in. I have at least, I think like 12 more shades coming in. I have all the older Lime Crime Velvetine lip shades, but I don't have any of the new ones. And I did order from different sellers, so that's why I'm kind of getting them separately. Once I receive all of them, maybe I'll do a separate like lip swatch video for you guys. And I did order a few shades that I already own of the original, so I can do a comparison. But the ones that I received yesterday, I do not have. I got it in the color, so Squash and Pumpkin. And I'm sorry, I don't have any of the original boxes, so I can't really do a comparison as far as how legit these are, but to me they look pretty good. This is the back. It shows the ingredients and it has their SKU, and it says pumpkin and squash. And the front looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and open them. I haven't opened these yet, so I'm really excited. So I'm gonna open up Squash first. And I have cashmere here just so I can compare the packaging. This one is the original Lime Crime Cashmere. So this one is Squash. And side by side, it looks about the same. I think that the letters on the Squash may be just a tad, like a teeny tiny bit less clear than the one on the original. And like the roses are about the same, but again, the real one is a bit clearer. So the size is exactly the same. The amount of space left between on the bottom is about the same as well. So it looks like on my cashmere, there's like a little stamp here. The Squash does not have that. And to be honest, I feel like the real one is just a tad bit heavier as well. So, and the sticker on the bottom is also very different. The original one and the lettering is completely different. The color of the sticker is also very different. So yeah, but I mean overall I think they look really good. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll open this and we can compare the wand. The wand is a tiny bit different. So if you can tell, the real wand, the doe foot applicator is shorter than the fake one. And the slant on the slant right over here is a lot more slanted compared to the original. Okay, and it also seems like a lot of the product is kind of just like smeared all over the leg, or the stick of the applicator, as opposed to the real one, which it seems like there's a better it's a bit cleaner. And if you want to look at the inside of the bottle here, so the bottle looks the same actually. It just seems like the product is actually gathered all up on the top of the fake one. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna swatch this on the back of my hand, and then we'll give it a, so it doesn't seem as pigmented, and if you can see, like the product itself is not very watery. It's kind of like has a like a creamy moussey texture, as you see how it's like standing up there by itself. It just has like a creamy consistency as opposed to lime crime, because lime crime's velvetines are really watery when you put it on. So that one is squash, and we'll let it dry for a second and we'll do like a little smudge test. So next item I'm going to open up is pumpkin. So pumpkin, we'll compare it again real quick with cashmere. Again, lettering is a little bit blurrier and it's not as crisp, but everything else looks about the same. And the sticker, again, the sticker is different, color is different, the font is also different. And this one is supposed to be pumpkin. So as you can see, like when I pull it out, like the product is like along the whole stick of the wand. So it doesn't do a very good job at keeping it from spewing out when I open it. But we'll go ahead and swatch it. And this one feels, as you can see, it has a lot more pigmentation. It feels a little bit less thicker than the pumpkin shade, but it still isn't a full-on liquid. So I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit. Okay, so while this is actually drying, let's go ahead and we'll get moving. Did I tell you the price that I paid for these? I paid $6.01 for each. I have seen listings on Aliexpress with cheaper ones. So, I mean, they might be the same thing, they might be better or less quality, I really can't say. But these lipsticks generally on the Lime Crime website goes for $20. And they came in a little bubble wrap envelope. These took a long time to get to me. I waited a little over a month to receive these two items, and I'm still waiting for a bunch more. The next item I got is a Sigma 3D Kabuki brush. And this brush I paid $5.85, and it came in about 2 weeks. It came bubble wrapped in an envelope, and I am very happy with it. I haven't used it. I got these yesterday. So it comes with the Sigma plastic wrap, and it looks pretty good. And it also has that same, it shows Sigma on the ferrule, and it also has Sigma 3D HD Kabuki. And it has that like rainbow glittery font on it as well. So I noticed that some of the reviews on the Sigma products on the Sigma items on AliExpress, they were kind of like they didn't like the fact that there said patent pending on the back of the brush. But actually I have a few Sigma brushes and all of mine also have that same patent pending logo on the back. So I don't think that that's an issue. As far as the bristles go, it looks like the color looks about the same. There is a few bristles that are kind of like sticking out and I'm gonna have to probably trim them, but that's not a big deal. The cut looks like about the same, the color, and even like the white tip with the brown bristles looks really extremely similar to the real thing. So I mean, I am not sure how you're supposed to use this, but I'm gonna have to look on YouTube and figure that out. And I think this is a really great buy. I'm not sure how much this is online. I think it's like, I want to say at least $10, right? So yeah, that was the Sigma 3D Kabuki brush. And while I was buying that, I also bought, this is from a separate seller, but I also got the 3D Precision brush. And this one I paid $4 for. They came the same day, so maybe this came 2 weeks also, came in bubble wrap envelope, and it's exactly the same thing as the brush I just showed you. It's just smaller, and it's supposed to be, I believe, for the eyes. So again, it says Sigma right over here. And then it says Sigma 3D HD Precision in that rainbow glitter font. And in the back, it also does say patent pending, so it's kind of hard to see. But the color of the handle seems like it's the right color. It feels nice. It has a nice weight to it. It's not very light like some of the fake brushes that you run across. Like I know I've seen reviews that said that the real Technique brushes are like extremely light compared to the real ones. So that's something that's, yeah. So these are the two brushes that I got. I have a humongous Sigma order coming in from Aliexpress. So be on the lookout for that. I'm like so excited. I can't wait to get them. The moment I get them, I promise I'll do a video on those separately. Okay, so next item I got is the makeup eraser. This is not the branded makeup eraser. I got this for $2.44. It came in an envelope and it came in about 2 weeks. I have not tried it yet, but I thought now that this is almost dry, I thought maybe I have a cup of water here. I'll wet this and we'll see how well it works on these lippies because I know these are really hard to get off. Yeah, so it came in like a nice little pouch. It says Clean Joy. It says Better Skin, Better Life. And I'm not sure how much the real makeup eraser is. I think it's like $20. Feels really soft. My friend does have one, so I have felt one before, and really it looks like the same thing. It has that same shape. So wow, it's so soft. It comes with instructions, so it says easy to use. It says wash makeup wipe cloth prior to first use. I mean, I'm not gonna wipe my face with it, so that's okay. And it says wet, drenched wet the makeup wipe cloth. And it says erase, gently rub off makeup in circular motion, and then wash again to basically get it clean. So it's supposed to just use water to remove your makeup, and it kind of seems like a dream come true, so we'll see how well it works. So this is the lime crime one that I swatched earlier. This is squash and this is pumpkin. Color wise, I feel like it is very similar to what I've seen online, and they are not coming off. So yeah, I mean, it feels exactly like the other lime crimes that I do have. So I have a cup of water here, and I'm just gonna drench one end. So I'm just gonna drench one end. Okay, and I'm supposed to just wipe it off in circular motion. Haha, it's coming off. Feels like I have to rub really hard though. Maybe it's because it's not wet enough. But this, guys, this cloth is so soft. I mean, I'm gonna give it a wash tomorrow, and I'll make sure I try it on my face. That came off really well. That's crazy. I wonder if this is gonna stain. But yeah, it took everything off. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to wash it first before I actually try it on my face, but I'm super excited. Did I tell you how much I paid for this? I paid $2.44. I think I already mentioned that. But let's move on to the next item. Okay, so I have 2 more items left, guys. The last one is gonna be probably the longest review because it's the, I got a set of the liquid lipsticks from Anastasia. But before that, I ordered a color switch. And if you guys aren't familiar with what color switch is, it's like a little round tin, and there's like a little sponge on the inside that you're supposed to take your brush after you use eyeshadow or blush, and you can kind of swirl it in that specific sponge, and it kind of removes the color so you can, you know, use that same brush for a different color. It's not meant to actually clean your brush, but then just like for everyday, like switching eyeshadows and, you know, blending and stuff, it's supposed to be meant for that. So I ordered one, and I'll add a picture of it if you guys aren't familiar on what it looks like. I ordered one, and I paid $3.34 for this particular item. And when I got it in the mail, I opened it up, and they sent me this. So I got like a camping, there's like a little rice scooper thing, and I got a little camping pot. So you go like that, and they have a little pot. It even came with a little sponge, a ladle, like you flip this out and this becomes a ladle, and then 2 bowls, so then you can, you know, eat your meal. And it also came with this carrying pouch, which is really nice. And it also came with a frying pan. So, I mean, this is great. I really like that. Oh, I mean, these are great. I have 2 boys that I live with, so I think like we're gonna make use out of this, but this wasn't what I ordered. So I did contact the seller, and I let him know, like, look, I didn't get what I ordered, and he just gave me a full refund. So I guess, I mean, initially I got these for free. I think this was the best deal I've run into so far on Aliexpress. But of course, I'm kind of sad that I didn't get the actual item. Alright guys, last item. So I bought a set of 12 Anastasia liquid lipsticks. So this is what the box looks like. And the color selection, I'm not sure which one I'm missing. There was 12 colors on there, but I did ended up getting 2 duplicate colors. So let me see. So I'll go over each color separately. The first one I got, they sent me Vintage. And next one is they sent me Vamp, which was something I really wanted to try. They sent me Milkshake and Baby Pink, Sweet, Pure Hollywood. Okay, I also got Party Pink, Lovely. And the font on this looks different than the other ones. Retro Coral. Okay. Heathers. And I got 2 Karinas. And that's fine. I can definitely gift one of these away to one of my friends, or like I said, I may be doing a giveaway. I'm not sure if anyone is really interested in getting fake makeup as a giveaway, but let me know down below if that is something you guys would be interested in. So I'm just gonna go, first we'll go over the packaging. These did come in, these came in like a box, like stacked like this, and it came in a huge styrofoam box. So they came very, very well protected. Now, I had a few of these on the floor yesterday, and one of my family members accidentally stepped on some of them, but that's okay. I want to go over the packaging of the product first, and they're all exactly the same. I just double checked before I started filming this. So there's this one. So it says here, it has the logo. It says Anastasia, Beverly Hills, liquid lipstick. And it has the logo also on the top or on the side. And right here, it also says, it gives you like a detail on the item. So it's like full coverage matte lipstick in liquid form. This formula stays on true to color, delivers intense payoff, and stays put for hours. So, and it also has like, you know, where it's made. And it says here, made in USA. Of course, you know, I got it from China. So of course it's not made in the USA, but that's what the box does state. Okay. And then here you have the little barcode. It says Party Pink, and it's a sticker that wraps around to the top, kind of like the original one. So I do have, So I was excited because the set specifically came with Pure Hollywood. I have the original Pure Hollywood, and just by looking at the sticker, I can tell that it's not going to be the same color. So I'm gonna be, I guess I can start off with this one. I haven't worn any of these, so I'm not sure how they wear. If you guys are familiar with the Anastasia liquid lipstick, they do kind of stay a little bit tacky on the lips. So we'll see how that looks. So here, side by side, these are, I'm gonna move these out because I keep losing focus. So side by side, this is the real Pure Hollywood. And as you can see, it's like a nice nude color. The fake Pure Hollywood is like a very milky baby pink color. So that's definitely not correct. Also, if you can see the little detail around the rose detail right here, you can see that mine's scratched up, but you can see that the infinity sign that goes around it is thicker on the real one, and the fake one is a lot thinner. The pattern is a lot thinner. And the top looks about the same. And let's look at the sticker. The sticker also looks very similar. The stickers look very similar. is, you can kind of see through it. You can kind of see my skin underneath. This may need like 2 coats. And this feels a lot more watery than the other ones I've swatched. I'm pretty sure you can kind of see the consistency difference on camera. So the next one here I have is Vamped. And you know, it looks like Vamped I thought would be a bit more of a like a bloodish red, but it looks more like a brick red here. And here is the sticker. Okay. So, oh, it's like a really brownish red. It's showing up more brown on camera, it looks like. Okay, next I'm gonna open Karina. So this next color is Karina. It's like a reddish pink. And here is the sticker. Okay. Ooh, I like the consistency of this one. It's very creamy. I did go for the smell. These don't have a bad scent. It's not, let me compare it with the real one. So, you know what, the scent is about the same. So the smell wise, I just smelled them and they smell exactly the same as the real Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick. So I'm not gonna open this one just because this is a duplicate. We'll go ahead and I'll open up Party Pink. This one is Party Pink. It looks like Party Pink should have been a brighter color, or no, it looks about the same. And here is the label. Okay. Ooh, that's a very pretty color. So this one is Party Pink. Next, I'll be opening up Heather's. Sorry, there's styrofoam everywhere, but this next color is Heather's. Heather's, I feel like looks very similar to Vamped, if not the same. Doesn't it look the same? Yeah, we'll swatch it and we'll find out, but here's the label on the bottom. It looks the same to me. The Vamp, which I swatched earlier, is drying. Heather's does look like it's a little bit more red. We'll compare it once this dries, but on the tube, they look exactly the same. All right, guys, 3 more. We're almost done. So this next one is Milkshake. There's the label. Whoa, that's really, really light baby pink. I don't think I'll be able to pull that color off. That's way too light for me. So that's Milkshake right over here. Okay, this next one here, this is Baby Pink. And it says here, this is Baby Pink. That's Baby Pink. And last one is Sweet. So this last one is Sweet. Okay. Okay. So that is 11 out of the 12 shades, just because one of them was a duplicate. And this is the real Pure Hollywood. So I mean, I wish there was a way I could test these, but I'm gonna just give you like a feel test. It feels like this is the fake Pure Hollywood, and as you see, it's not the same color. And they feel about the same. I feel like this is still a little sticky. The real one is a little bit stickier than the fake one. Okay, so that was the swatches of all the 11 out of the 12 colors. Unfortunately, Karina, I got 2 of, which is fine. I'll give 1 away. I paid $25 for 12 of these. These came in a little over a month, so they did take a while to get here. I just wanted to say that I might be doing a lip swatch video, maybe of these colors, just because, you know, so you can get a better tell on how it wears on the lips. If you guys would like to see that, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching again. And again, thank you so much for my new subscribers. I truly appreciate all the comments. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. I will be doing my next video on my Michael Kors bag, but I'll see you on my next video then. Okay, bye.